here we are. It's Friday, it's R&D, it's BOXABL, and let me give you a couple of sneak peeks of the things that we're considering and experimenting with at BOXABL. What is this guy? It is a skateboard. What is a skateboard? Well, it's just a flat panel, does not have batteries in, but you may have heard that term before in the automotive industry because they have skateboards and they fill it with batteries. So this is actually automotive. This leads into our RV type product that we're messing around with, and this is really very game changing. You say, what kind of an RV doesn't have the wheels in the middle and isn't 3 foot in the air? Well, a BOXABL one, because who wants to step up 4 foot in the air? So this guy here has the wheels in the corners, and it's absolutely game changing. So what you're seeing here is independent suspension, front and rear, self-leveling. Eventually the platform where you can put anything on, 6-inch I-beam, you can run anything inside, and here is the baby. This is what makes everything work. Nobody's ever done it before, and it is front steer. We don't know if it works yet, but we will know next week, and I think it's going to work supremely well. This doesn't have the aesthetic covers on or anything like that, and so from that we can see this is a raised version. You can see we've got 9 inches of ground clearance. What a beautiful skateboard, and we can put anything we want on this tech. Really very interesting. And what could we put on it? Oh, I don't know. How about this? Look at this. Does this look familiar? Well, this doesn't, because I've never seen it before, but this is baby. Look at this. And this is great to be able to see the level of technology that's involved in BOXABL products. Here for the first time we're seeing the production pieces. It's in AR. These are all in tooling now, so it's very, very exciting. And you can see just a lot of technology, a lot of assembly, a lot of design, industrial design, mechanical engineering. We've got grey water and poop tanks, which is black. And then we've got cabinets here inside the cabinets. We've got all sorts of amazing things, inverters, and just a lot of electrical magic to make everything work both in the automotive and the home space. Really great. These molds should be coming in about a month, I think. Super excited about that. And we call it a backpack, wilderness backpack. You've heard me talk about that before, but now you can see how some of this works into the plumbing areas. Just a whole lot of technology. We pay attention to how long is that plumbing line run, because if we make it shorter, it'll cost less and we can pass on the savings to our customers. Even things like outlets, inlets, and all of this. Months and months and months of heavy R&D. We rarely buy stuff off the shelf. So through the magic of AR, we do live in a matrix, possibly. We don't know. Let's switch to something more built out that looks more like a house or an RV. Bang! Through the magic of the matrix. And what is this? This is the evolution of baby. I think we're going to call it cruise ship or something like that. We'll see. Again, heavily in R&D. And something you just saw, which was the tanks. You can see I'm in the matrix, so I can't go outside of that or I'll be vaporized. Look at that. What is going on here? Imagine pulling this down the highway, and you can pull it down the highway with anything you want. With anything you want, I believe. And what's interesting about this is that I was driving down the highway the other day and I was looking at some 1970s bell-bottom pan RV, and I'm thinking to myself, that's 50 years old. BOXABL has to make things that last effectively forever. But what's going on here? Let's have a little look around in here. Look how big this store is. It's completely insane. We're going to walk inside and take a little look. We got living room to the right, really nice kitchen. This is minimum viable, super comfortable living. There'll be a mirror in front of here, very large closet. David, I think, can clip in the real shower in here. Even with the teleportation tube, super nice. And this is going to have a mirror, so when you shut the door, and look at this door, this is 3 inches thick. This is basically a thermos or an igloo cooler. A nice painting here, really nice couch. And if I sit in the couch, what's this, you may say? Oh, that's coming as a surprise. I've got a nice fireplace, 55-inch TV, great sight lines, that'll keep me warm. That's the perfect height. And then I can just reach over here for a coffee, drink, snacks, and I'm going to shut that door. I'm going to watch a movie and make something to eat. Absolutely fantastic. Look at this wide plank vinyl flooring, boat decking style flooring. But wait, there's more. I'll come out here and say, you're in your RV. And what did we do with the RV? Can you believe what we did with the RV? So these will be fold down roof panels. Everybody wants a deck. One of the most requested things at BOXABL is you have a lot of flat roofs. Can we have a deck on top? The answer is yes, you can have it. It'll fold up. This is just a mock-up. And it folds flat, just a little under 10 foot tall when you're flying down the road. And you say, that's pretty cool. And we got the boat stair. This really is a beautiful thing. And then you can see the wheel sets down here, Ocean Code stair. And it's really, really nice with these tall doors. And what is this belly band? That belly band is graphics. And what we like to do in a perfect world is you upload a file, we'll print it out, and we'll deliver the sucker to you with those graphics. Pretty mind-blowing. And then, of course, there's always one more. Here it is with the door. You've seen the door now. I go right here. You see the stairs peeking out. I'm going to back out. Here you see the wheels. By the way, the wheel sets, unplug. So I keep going. and you see the deck. This is mechanical evolutionary biology. Look up a London double-decker bus and you will know what I mean. And look at that. Minimum viable living, super comfortable, 120 square feet, fold-up deck, stair. You can't have a ladder. Why can't you have a ladder? Because you need both hands. And how can you hold the cocktails to bring to your significant other if you are climbing up a ladder? So this, you put your hand on the rail, you walk up the stairs, you got the cocktail in the other hand, or whatever it is. And then on top, stage 3 would be fabric roof. So how fabulous is this? I imagine you're thinking all sorts of use cases for this. And there is one more. So it would be one more thing. And here's one more thing. So this is 120 square feet. We've just reviewed it. It comes with its own foundation, which is also a trailer base. And you saw our RV model, which had the stair, the railing, and a nice fabric canopy. How nice does this look? Seriously. Any graphics we want on here, and we'll be looking at different versions of that. And the final thing is we just pull these wheel set legs off, like pulling the legs off a stick insect. If you're a terrible person, you just pull them off. And what we have here, let me start that again. That's terrible. Let's call our customers terrible people. All this is we've taken the front and back wheels off. The foundation, which is also happens to be an I-beam and a trailer, just goes on the ground with 1, 2, 3, 4 feet that you wind down, so there's no basement for 120 square foot. This cruise ship is 119 square feet. Why is it 119? Because 120 is the legal maximum for a storage shed. I'm not sure about height. We're going to be checking about height restrictions, but how about your man or woman cave with a stair, a deck, and if you live in a hot or wet climb, a nice fabric roof as a super shed. Should we call it super shed? Something like that. Pretty cool. And so that's a nice quick look under the hood at what's happening in R&D at BOXABL. And just a lot of technology in these massive 3-inch thick panels that we're engineering to last for decades. And if you don't find this exciting, I know I do, I would check your pulse.